you ever wanted to look into retro games but aren't sure where to begin? Do you ever wonder which classic games stand the test of time and which ones don't hold up? These are some questions that have been bothering me for a while now, and I think it's about time to do something about it. So I'm going through gaming's history one game at a time to find the best games of all time. Welcome to the Gaming Archaeologist. While I have enjoyed Mario's platforming adventures, such as Super Mario World or Super Mario 64, I find that I actually like some of his unconventional games more, hence why I ranked Paper Mario higher than Super Mario 64 on my top 10 favorite N64 games list. So I was looking forward to Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, as I'd heard it was another Mario RPG that follows in the same footsteps as Paper Mario, and, on the whole, I'd say it delivers. Paper Mario did a good job of taking the whole of the Mushroom Kingdom and translating it into a quirky RPG adventure. Superstar Saga takes a slightly different approach, as this time the adventure is set in a brand new location, the Bean Bean Kingdom. Sounds a little silly, right? Well, it is, but in a good way. Another change is that Mario and Luigi work together throughout the adventure, and while the basic gameplay and combat is very similar to Paper Mario, Superstar Saga adds its own flavor to the mix, and makes it stand out as something fresh and unique. Controlling the two brothers independently does take some getting used to, but the way they work together allows for a lot of neat puzzles and creative situations. Another key difference is in the story. While Paper Mario did subvert and poke fun of the typical Mario tropes, the overall storyline is still the same as your normal Mario game. This is not the case in Superstar Saga. It opens with a new villain named Cackletta and her helper, Fawful, invading Peach's castle. Cackletta then steals Peach's voice, and she and Fawful make their way back to the Bean Bean Kingdom. Bowser is angry that someone other than him is causing trouble, and he and the Mario brothers actually team up to go to the Bean Bean Kingdom and track down Cackletta. From there, the game has a lot of unexpected and often humorous twists and turns, and constantly keeps you on your toes. While the game does have lots of nods to the older Mario games, it also has a lot of new ideas and characters, and both the combat and puzzles that make up the bulk of the gameplay are very engaging and fun. For the most part. There are a couple of puzzles and fights that are rather annoying, but oh well, nobody is perfect. I'd say my main issue with the game is actually the story. Don't get me wrong, it is good, and I liked the constant twists and turns that it took, and most of the humor did make me laugh or at least smile. But the problem with the constant twists and turns in the story is that it makes the adventure feel less like a journey and more like a series of to-do lists. While Paper Mario's story is more straightforward, by setting one main goal that you work toward from beginning to end, you get a consistent sense of progression as you make your way through the game, and things naturally build towards a climax. Superstar Saga is a little more all over the place. There are 2 points where it looks like the game is about to end, but then the game subverts your expectations and keeps going. This is fine, but when the final showdown with the villain does occur, it seems almost out of nowhere. Still, the game was fun enough that this didn't really matter too much. The puzzles are clever and engaging, the combat is unique and requires more strategy than the typical turn-based combat you find in most RPGs, the characters are all memorable and funny, with both new and old faces adding to the experience, and on the whole it's a solid adventure. I personally still like Paper Mario just a little more, but this one is pretty close in terms of overall quality. If you're a fan of Mario or RPGs in general, you should definitely check this game out. And even if you're not a fan of those things, the game is unique enough and fun enough that I'd say you should still give it a shot. My final score is a 9 out of 10. I have to say I'm really liking the Game Boy Advance library so far. Let's see how long this enthusiasm will last. So what do you think? Have you played Superstar Saga? Do you like Mario RPGs even more than the normal Mario games like me? Or do you still prefer the games that made Mario famous? Whatever you think, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you like what I do, feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.